Welcome back to TalkBack. We're talking to the Sher Punjab, Ghulam Mustafa Khar. Let's move on to power sharing, a formula you put together a few years ago, back in 0203. You said that the military government should realize that it needs to work with the political parties, all the political parties, on a 10-year program to share power. First question. Why should the political parties work with a military government? What does that say about democracy?
What it says about democracy, I knew that in the way we were moving, in the direction which we were moving, the country is going to become weaker, the federation is becoming weaker, and we might have anarchy and total bloodshed in this country. So I wanted to avoid that. And I thought if some workable solution, workable formula is but there, I know it's not written here, but in that I said that the military should be under the politicians, not that somebody should be president or something, they should work with the politicians. But in 2-3 years, I believe, the other thing which was there, in our country, even today, you do not have organized political parties. And the country's administration has broken down.
You've been on the record, sir, saying that, in my opinion, this is an interview you gave to a major television network. It was in Urdu and it's been translated. You said, in my opinion, even today, the sort of government which will be successful today will have the confidence of the military, and the military will have the confidence of the government.
I'm saying it today.
It doesn't suggest anywhere that the military will be under the government.
No.
Under a civilian government.
Then they must have not have written that. But I have always demanded that the politicians have the right to rule, and the military should work with the association, with the politicians. But that
then
was
why is it?
But today,
then why
today,
is it?
today,
if your formula is so brilliant, sir, then why is it that the chairman of the ARD, Maghdum Amin Fahim, has rejected several times in the papers your formula and said, and I quote him, the latest rejection was a couple of years ago, Pakistan People's Party Vice Chairman Amin Fahim said that Thursday, a formula proposed by Ghulam Mustafa Khar for the resolution of the political crisis had no link with his party, completely de-linking you from the political process of the PPP.
Why are you telling me this if Maghdum Amin Fahim has said something?
This is the chairman of the ARD.
He might be anything. But what I believe and agree, I'll say that. Even today, there's a lot of disagreement between us. Now,
your own party will de-link itself from it, but you will still say it.
What are you talking about, sir? The thing is, when I said that, I believed in that at that time because for the reason, I'm saying it today. I'm not talking about Musharraf, but today also, the military or the armed forces of Pakistan, we need them badly for the internal situation and for external. And I am very worried about it. The way military is becoming unpopular. And if you even have a political government tomorrow, and if you do not have the military backing, I don't think that in this country, any political party has an organized political party which can hold the country together as it is today.
You think this is another case of your flexibility being employed. You think that the political parties have to compromise with the military.
I'm not talking.
And as far as democracy goes, democracy can go to hell.
You're absolutely saying something opposite what I'm saying. Doesn't have to compromise. We need the army support behind us. Army should be under the civilian rule.
Through a deal, as you said.
No deal. No question of any deal. They should realize. First, listen to me.
Khar urges Musharraf to strike deal with exiled leadership. Khar propounds national government with military.
Please try to understand.
Khar again proposes power sharing.
First of all, it's not you who have to talk. I also have to talk. When you ask a question, then you have to listen to me also. I said it at that time. That was the best thing I think could have happened. That did not happen. And today, what is happening, and the bloodshed which is taking place, I don't want this country to burn. I don't want this country to just go where it has to.
For the record, sir.
Yes.
Are you for the deal today?
No, I'm not for the deal today.
The PPP today, sir, is working towards what is being called a quote-unquote deal.
Yes.
A quote-unquote understanding.
I believe.
Are you aware of what's going on in that?
I don't know exactly what's going on, but even.
Does that have to do with your original idea?
No. I was against it since 6 months or so. I've been talking about it in my interviews and everything. But I have given the statements also, which I think most probably Benazir didn't like. But if you see Benazir's interview, she has also saying that most probably it's not possible to go into deal with Musharraf because the situation does not permit. I believe that to talk to the armed forces of Pakistan, to have the support of the armed forces. It is absolutely essential for any political party or for any government which comes to power.
Has the decision, sir, has the decision of the Supreme Court changed your decision?
But this has to be minus Musharraf. With Musharraf, you can't have India, because not that I hate Musharraf, I have got anything against him, but somehow or the other, today Musharraf does not fit into the politics of Pakistan, or he cannot do any good. So that's why minus Musharraf, army is something which has to be rebuilt also.
Okay, so let's see. 2-3 years ago it was something else. Today it's something else. Have you been emboldened by the decision of the Supreme Court regarding the Chief Justice? Is this the new Khar?
No. Absolutely, it has had no effect on my political thinking.
Has it had a difference on your party?
Pardon?
Has it made a difference to your party?
It might have, but to me, this is a decision which I had expected from the very first day. In my political interviews, you see, I said it, Musharraf is a no-win situation.
Final thing for the record, do you want your party to make a deal with this government?
No.
Would you leave your party?
No, I'm not talking about leaving the party, but I'm against it. I think if there is a deal with the government means Musharraf. If Musharraf is in the deal and Musharraf stays as a president, whether in civilian or in uniform.
Will you stay on as a Jayala in your party?
I cannot say anything today, but I think if this deal takes place, then party will lose to a great extent in the people's imagination. I'm against it.
So no chance of a national government in the making?
No, there should be a
unity government.
No, I think this is the best thing which can happen. The national government, if it is formed, I think that is the best formula. But that has to be minus Musharraf. Musharraf has to quit. Musharraf cannot play a political role. Musharraf can serve the interest of...
Then why were you urging him on a couple of years ago, sir?
Because in those days, Musharraf was not as unpopular as he is today. And people would have accepted that. And for me...
The Americans still want him. What do you say to that? They issue statements every day that he's the man for the office.
Why should I talk about American interest only? It's my Pakistan's interest which is important to me. And Pakistan interest is first and American interest is second. And Americans also will realize by supporting Musharraf, they have lost the support of the people of Pakistan, and which is bad for them and which is bad for us. And this is something which should not happen. And the Americans should realize that we Pakistanis, we are an independent country.
Are you against Musharraf today because of the armed forces connection?
Pardon?
Are you against Mr. Musharraf today because of the armed forces connection? Or his connection, sir, he's a general, sir, because of the armed forces behind him, or because of his national policies?
It's a national policies. Armed forces, naturally, a commander-in-chief has the armed forces, and they have to obey his orders. I believe...
So you're saying that it would be fine for him to retain his being a general as long as he fixes his policies, because that's where your problem lies.
I think you're talking something which I have not said. I'm just saying Musharraf does not fit into Pakistan's politics, whether as a general or as president of Pakistan. Musharraf must go. If Pakistan has to survive, Musharraf must go. What do you expect from me?
Let's talk about some of your predictions, and you've made quite a few over the years. You made one in 2002, February 9th, well, February 8th, because the newspaper came out on February 9th, on Char Sada near Peshawar, at a PPP convention. You said, and the title is Merger of All PPP Groups Soon.
Pardon?
Merger of all PPP groups soon, says Khar.
No, I said I believe.
Where is the merger, sir?
Whether it's not, I thought and I still think that all those people who have left PPP for some reason or the other, and especially those in certain ways who are old guards and who have been with Mr. Bhutto and whom Mr. Bhutto trusted and kept them together, if they all get together and join hands, it will be the best thing for the PPP to happen. To wish something and to say that this should happen, there's no sin in that. If it has not happened, it's not happened.
That's an inaccurate prediction, sir.
Pardon?
It's an inaccurate prediction.
I'm not a prophet. I'm a politician. I can only say things which I think will be in the best interest of my country. What do you mean? Do I have that knowledge of palmistry or something, that whatever I say, it has to be correct, otherwise I will not be accepted as a leader? I still believe, I'm not going to talk about that. I think if even the Pakistan People's Party and Mian Nawaz Sharif and Benazir or Mian Nawaz Sharif, they get together, I wish they could get together. That will be the best thing for Pakistan. Now tomorrow if they don't get together, then you will be telling me that your prediction has got wrong. No.
Well, let's hope none of your predictions go wrong, sir. We're talking to Ghulam Mustafa Khar, the man who wants his predictions to come true. Will they? Find out on TalkBack. Stay tuned.